Welcome to the day of the chopping. First victims of chopping day. Some diced cucumbers and some tomatoes for Greek salads. The fish people will eat this probably with tuna or with salmon, and the chicken people will obviously have it with chicken.
In here we have 5 pounds of chicken for some kind of bok choy stir fry thing that we're doing. This is half the chicken we bought. Here we have breakfast for 5 weeks. We see 2 bags I did last week. I don't know if that's in the last week's video, but I cut those last week. We have many jalapenos, 2 more onions, 3 bell peppers, and many mushrooms. So that should be this week and then 1 more month worth of breakfast. And here is 1 week's worth of breakfast on a cutting board. It looks like that. Plus half. 4 bags of freezer breakfast. You can see the one on the left is the one I was showing you earlier because everything's kind of mixed together. The other ones are all separated because I cut everything individually. Like all the onions together, then the peppers, then the other peppers, then the mushrooms. And this week's breakfast vegetables. We got 24 eggs going on here. I saw the vegetables were a little bit light. I think I didn't get enough mushrooms because the bags are all filled, but today's mushroom count is pretty low. So I figured the extra 2 eggs would help me out there. So we're gonna get started cooking this now.
These are the asparagus for our stir fry. And so what we're gonna do is they have like this woody part at the end that doesn't taste very good. I heard some people say that it's fine and that they've been lying to us and you don't really need to do it. But I tried it without it and it tasted kind of like nothing. So we just snap the ends of these guys off. You can kind of feel where the woody part of it stops and starts, and then you just snap them. Which is actually kind of a lot of fun. I kind of like doing it. Then need the chopping. We've got 3 green zucchini squashes there, and then we've got these 2 yellow zucchini squashes here. And then we've got a whole bowl of choppy asparagus. This was 2 1/4 pounds. So we'll throw all those in together.
Chopping the squash, chopping the squash.
Bam, bam.
It is time for the spinach. We start with butter, then spinach.
Here's where we're at on the stir fry. We've got 2 pretty fat red bell peppers on the chopping block. We've got all of our yellow squash, our zucchini squash, all of our asparagus in the bowl. I'm kind of weird about bowls. I have bowls that are like for one specific purpose. So we have these kind of bowls for chopping or vegetables or what have you. And then we have a different set of bowls for popcorn and snacks. And I don't know why I segregate my bowls, but here we are. And this is what we've got left to chop. We've got the green onions, all of these cute little baby bok choys. I kind of feel bad to chop these. Look how cute they are. So cute. And some onions. I'm not sure how much onion I'm going to use yet. I'm going to see where we get in the pot and then we'll find out. And then here's some of our Mediterranean salad chopped. Making progress.
Breakfast, vegetables.
Lava fingers strikes again.
Hopefully I'm not overfilling these.
I think you might be.
We're gonna see.
That second one looks kind of fat. Every time we do this, I think we need more Tupperware or more, what do they call these? That's not the brand name. I always just call them Tupperware, but that's not right. It's like calling tissues Kleenex. I don't know either. I don't know. We need more of these things.
Not overfilling.
Oh, look at that.
well-balanced breakfast.
Ta-da!
Smarter. The last time I did the salad chicken, I only put all of these spices on top, and then there were a bunch of pieces that were kind of not seasoned. So what I'm gonna try to do this time is layer the chickens like a lasagna of spices. So each time I'm putting one of these Costco bags, I'm going to season the chicken in here. I'm doing this left-handed, so I'm kind of heavy-handing some of this.
I like heavy-handed spices. Ooh, I like heavy-handed garlic a lot. What's that one? Cayenne.
Now I'll do bag number 2.
So you've got pepper, garlic, cayenne,
Paprika.
and paprika in there.
And then we put oregano, but you're not supposed to like cook that.
Right.
So that goes at the very end whenever I'm putting it into the bowl. And I'll forget about it probably, so.
Why aren't you supposed to cook oregano?
I don't know, I killed it.
Oh, interesting. Because that comes in the spaghetti sauce and stuff all the time, you know?
Well, they say like putting herbs into like the oven or something just burns them. So instead of burning it, I'll put it on at the end.
Yeah, smart. Learn something new every day. I've been using oregano in all kinds of stuff. Eek. Chicken lasagna.
3.
So these guys are 2 pounds a piece?
It's total of 5.
Total of 5, okay.
Has layers, like ogres.
Chickens have layers?
Ogres have layers. I'm a little bit afraid whenever I dump in all this water, all this is just gonna fall off and I'm gonna have put a ton of spices and not get the benefit of that, so we'll see.
Maybe you do the water on the edge.
I do.
Next step of stir fry. So we have both of those big fat red peppers. I decided that I wanted chunkier pieces about 1/3 of the way through, so I'm gonna have a few small ones. Oh look, there's a small one right there. Not exactly correct shaped. We got a half of a regular yellow onion, and then we've got the bottoms of a whole bunch of green onions. So these guys will go in first, and then the situation over here of all the vegetables, and at the end I will glaze these bok choys. Our chopping efforts have come to fruition. So here we have our little baby bok choy. I murdered them. I'm a terrible person. So you just kind of slice them in half or in quarters across the root so they stay together, and then you put them face down like you would in Brussels sprouts. If you've ever seen Brussels sprouts done in like a cast iron or on a skillet. I like some of them to be a little charred, so I've got a few of them in here that are just the leaves. So those will get a little bit more kind of like, I guess not a smoky flavor, but like done. So you can see this one was a big one, so I quartered it. So you try and keep all these guys about the same size, and you can have some leaves in there. And then again, we've got our peppers, onions, green onions, and then our asparagus, zucchini squash, and yellow squash. I was watching this episode of Our Tribe of Mini. They have a bunch of kids. And the dad was saying that when they got together, they bought pans, but they didn't buy pans again after they had kids and needed bigger utensils and dishes and all those things. But Chris actually came with this wok, and it is massive. This is a big boy wok. So we're gonna start frying the stir fry in that. And we're gonna add some of the avocado oil again. And then we'll do the onions and peppers, and all of the vegetables that we have today are organic. We got really lucky and found everything. It looks like the trucks and the supplies are back up again.
The chicken has beeped. I pressed the button.
Maybe 4. It's still going. Ta-da! The button has been, yeah?
Oh, that's the metal thing.
The metal thing, yeah, when it goes down.
This is still metal.
And when the metal thing goes down, that's when it's done.
Oh, but I thought this thing popped out.
Maybe it does, but the metal thing is what I go on.
I'm steaming from a new place now.
Okay. If you don't trust it, don't open. It's scary. I'm gonna make a whole like black metal video with just the smoke from the Instant Pot.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid the bottom ones don't have any seasoning. We'll see. We'll see.
It could happen.
We have an onion growing in the background.
Yeah, this guy is prolific, and Chris felt bad for him, so he's our new friend. We hadn't named him yet, but we're gonna get there. He just lives there. He like has a will. Do you guys have a favorite spatula or like kitchen utensil? I like this one. I had another one that I really liked, but somebody broke it and won't fess up. This is like a $3 Walmart spatula, and this thing rocks my socks. I really like it. I don't know why. There's something about it. We were made for each other. So we've got our aromatics going here. And then in the big wok, we've got the stuff that's harder to cook. The asparagus and the squashes. We'll let these go for a little while. They're all in there with some avocado oil to keep them from sticking. And once these guys get tender, I'll start making the sauce in the bok choy.
Here we are, the pressure cooked chicken. It looks like some spice. These ones at the bottom are the ones that are on top or at the bottom of the thing. So it kind of looks like they have some spice left on them. We'll see next week how they taste.
This is what we're working with as far as Asian style sauce ingredients. Strangely, you can't find a whole lot of these things organic, but you know, we do what we can. We're missing the sesame oil and the rice wine, so we'll see how that comes out. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in this. It's to go over our either bok choy stir fry with fish or bok choy stir fry with chicken. We're just gonna kind of wing it. We will be saying no to coconut aminos. These must have gone bad, I don't know. Well, glad I checked it. Let's try some light soy sauce instead. Not as good for us, and I'm gonna use a lot of it. But don't get worried, because this is for everybody for, actually, you know what? This is for everybody for a week. So maybe we won't die of it. I'm just gonna put all that in there. Get some minced garlic. Boop, 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 boop. Sound effects are important. We got some overexcited ginger and then underexcited ginger. Come on down, ginger. Shake, shake, shake the ginger. Okay, we gotta buy some more ginger too. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this vinegar in here. I feel like that always makes it a little better. I want the rice wine. I can't believe we don't have it. I'm very sad. And then we've got this hot pepper paste that we got from Super H Mart. It says it's very hot, but I feel feel like it's not as hot as I want it to be. All right, we're gonna use a big fat tablespoon of that, or maybe a little more, depending on how you feel about it once it's all mixed up in here. Grab another fork because this one might lie. Sometimes I try it and it's on the fork that I put the chili sauce in, and then it's like super hot and I'm excited, and then I get to eat it and it's not. I got a different spoon because sometimes I use the spoon that I mixed it with and it's super hot and I'm like, yay, it's spicy. And then I get it on the actual food and it's really not. And I just got some of like the chili paste. So let's see where we're at here. More. More. Spicy Shin sauce in there with it. This is nice. Chris came with this. I didn't know that this existed. It's pretty delicious. And it's actually really spicy. Very nice. Try that. Mix it around. And I'm gonna put some water in this. We need more sauce. And with this being as salty as it is, I think we can dilute it a little bit. It's starting to smell like what I think it should smell like, minus the rice wine. I check. Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna get a little honey. Okay, maybe a lot. A couple tablespoons maybe. Let me do the remix. I'm gonna do a little bit more garlic because I like it. Actually, the first time I made stir fry with Chris, I think I garlicked him almost to death. He told me I could put however much garlic in it I wanted, and I wanted all the garlic, so. For the people who don't taste your food while you're eating it, like how do you live your life? Like when you get it done, does it taste like something completely different, or do you just know how you want it every time? A little more honey. I think we're good. Alrighty. So we'll mix this up and then we'll dilute it. We'll put it in the skillet with these other vegetables and it'll cook down and we'll be good to go. We wound up using about half that sauce that I made just because I kind of forgot that the chili paste is also really salty. So we put it in here with the aromatic vegetables and added a little bit more honey, and I'm gonna cook it down for a minute and we'll see where we're at after that. Fishing out the aromatic vegetables out of the sauce that honestly I kind of screwed up. I don't know what I did wrong with this, but I did not do a good job. So maybe don't follow my instructions for making this sauce. Actually, I know what I did. I put way too much soy sauce in it. So this is half of it. I did put a little more honey in it. We'll probably put some sriracha in it after it's done. But here we are. You gotta go with what you got sometimes. I always say that when I cook things, I manage to do, you know, like 3 out of 5, maybe more. Sometimes I do better, but sometimes I don't. I just like to say it is okay to make mistakes sometimes, even if your mistake is a whole day cooking issue, like we have today. We had too much sauce in with the bok choys, so they started steaming instead of kind of grilling. So we took the sauce out and put it into the wok. But we were also having some troubles in that the wok only heats from the bottom. You have to get it like really, really hot, and it doesn't heat everything if you overfill it. So we moved some of those guys into this pan so the asparagus will get cooked. And now we're sort of back on track. we'll see how it goes. Look at that. We got little baby bok choys. They look like what they're supposed to. Finally. And then we've got this guy again who's off the heat. So we have space for this guy. And then I put the bok choy leaves in here. And we're almost finished. Almost forgot all about the mushrooms. These guys are delicious and they're expensive. We're just gonna shove them in here. And then we've already taken out some of these batches.
It's action.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
You still didn't say action.
I did not. I don't know. I have to say action. I'm gonna put this in. Action.
So, I was thinking about it, and you know, I say powered by chickens. I don't think that's really true because I feel like I eat probably more vegetables than I eat chickens. So I think I'm basically a vegan.
That is not true. Think about how much cheese you eat.
Vegetarian?
No.
No?
No. You are the murderer of many chickens. Generations have felt your teeth. I mean,
vegetables.
there's a lot of vegetables. Yeah, look at all those. Those are nice. They're back in a vegetable bowl. That's even better. But you, my friend, you are not a vegetarian.
Basically a vegan.
Don't lie to the people.
I have vegan powers.
No vegan diet, no vegan powers.
Chicken's not vegan.
Chicken's not vegan. Natural Grocer sends us this cute little propaganda book. It wants us to eat more vegetables. And it shows us all their coupons and things like that. Organic frozen pizza. I just thought it was funny because Chris was on his I'm a vegan, no I'm not situation. Maybe if he were a vegan, he'd be happier. Who knows? We put the eggies in the pot. We're using these for breakfast. I'm gonna have a boiled egg and some bacon for breakfast. The kids have blueberry oat muffins. So they were done with like oatmeal and oat flour. So I'm gonna eat eggs and bacon because we have the extra bacon left over from last week. But I'm gonna put these guys in here. I'm gonna put about 18 of them and I'm gonna set them for 5 minutes and see how they do. I used to do this pretty frequently, I guess a few years back, but I haven't done it in a while. And I have to admit, I'm a little scared of putting this many eggs in the pressure cooker. But we'll see. Maybe we'll have 2 fails in one day. In this Instant Pot, we have 18 eggs and 2 cups of water. I took a look at Pinterest and it said to use 1.5 cups of water, but our pressure cooker is the 8-quart, so we got a little nervous because it looked like it wasn't covering the bottom very well. So everybody cross your fingers for me that I don't blow up my eggs.
How long do they cook?
Oh yeah, they cook for 5 minutes. I think I would rather have them undercooked than I would have them explode. Got some bacon going on over here. This is the same bacon that we bought a couple weeks back that's not organic, but it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff in it, not a lot of additives. I got it on sale. I can't remember how much it was, but it's the closest thing to organic that I could get, so that's what we're having. I have the nicest husband in the world. I have a husband that hates fish, hates the smell of it, hates the idea of it, doesn't want to be around it. But as you see here, I have some fish, because I love fish. But Chris has retreated to the living room to hide from the fish. He's also opened all of the windows in the house, so hopefully he doesn't have to smell the fish. This one came from Costco. I've never eaten this one before. I normally get my fish from Central Market. It's a little bit easier there to tell what's sustainable and what's not. So this one's a new one for me, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't make my house smell so the mister is not traumatized. Here we have our fish, all dressed up, ready to go. Salmon. I'm gonna put this guy in the oven cooking for about 20 minutes and see where we're at. I don't really like it all the way done. I feel like it gets a little dry and flaky. So I'll probably cook it almost to a medium, and then I'll cut it up and put it into lunch boxes with the vegetables. I was gonna have a nice Asian sauce on top of it, but since I royally screwed that up, we may just go for the basics and put it in with the vegetables like this. Everybody, hope for my eggs. We're gonna pull them out of here, we're gonna put them in this ice bath and let them sit for a second, and then we're gonna peel them for the breakfast. Ooh, steamy. Kind of what I expected. Like, not steamy. I don't know.
They look like eggs.
They look like eggs. Oh. I have an eggie. I also have an at temperature salmon. I have an eggie and I started opening because I forgot that I was doing this. I forgot about you. I'm sorry. But I didn't open it all the way, so we still don't know. It's like an Easter egg. We don't know what's gonna happen. So I haven't cooked eggs in the Instant Pot in so long that we don't know if this is gonna work or not. So we cooked 18 of these guys for 5 minutes on pressure cook, and then we immediately let the steam out like we always do, and then threw these guys into an ice bath for 10 minutes. So let's see if this egg is an egg. Please be an egg. Please be an egg. It is an egg. Yay! Egg success. Egg success. Do the vegetable pudding for the fishes. Helpful husband fixes the sauce.
I have that red pepper paste. I used a lot of it. And some of that other sauce. I don't know what it's called. And basically just mix that together with water to create this. I added some garlic powder and some red pepper flakes too, to give it some more flavor on there. And this is usually how I end up making it. The problem is it ends up being really spicy, so somebody might not be super happy about that.
Oh dear, the child could be upset.
She could just not put it on hers though.
Yeah, fair. Today is full of problems. So I mentioned that Chris is hungry, always. And these are the portion sizes that the kids and I are looking at. Not a whole lot of food, which leaves Chris with this half of the vegetables. And that's probably about 2 days worth of vegetables, maybe 3 days worth of vegetables for Chris. So we've enacted a plan. We're going to add some potatoes to mine and the kids's. We've got some yellow potatoes that I bought last week that we haven't used yet. And then we're going to add these organic vermicelli noodles to Chris's. These are great. We also get these at H Mart, and I think it's about the only place we can find them. Kroger started carrying some organic noodles, like Asian noodles, but this is the only ones that we can find these. And they're made from sweet potato starch, so that's even more interesting. Lack of food situation sorted. I'm remembering now that the last time that I made fish, the same exact thing happened. So I made the bok choy and I made salmon. I made bok choy just by itself. And then when I went to fill up the dishes, I was like, this is not enough food. So I wound up making sriracha seasoned sweet potatoes to add into it, and we wound up making noodles for Chris. I don't know, I remember these things. I don't know, but we're sorted now. I'm gonna do some like kind of home style potatoes in the skillet, so that way I don't have to bake them and take forever. And then the noodles for Chris are really fast, so even though we have a meal plan, sometimes it doesn't go exactly to plan, but most of the time we do okay. At least we don't have to think about this all after work when we're exhausted. So A for effort, right?
Have 5 pounds of chicken, unflavored
It's my fault. I did this to him.
and diced. And we dump a bunch of hot sauce on it and we'll see how it goes.
I have a bunch of potato pieces in with some coconut oil that I'm gonna do a little fry on and then throw them in. Even though next week I was really hoping to eat pretty healthy and to cut down on some of the superfluous calories that I had. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm getting a little fluffier on the edges. But here we are with the potatoes.
I stir in the sauce into my chickens, so hopefully it tastes good. We'll see. It looks like chicken.
The chickens? So what Chris did that was different than what I did is he used water with the chili sauce instead of soy sauce with the chili sauce, and that's where I went wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. You don't use two super salty things in together. So Chris is carrying this cook today. Meal prep brought to you by Chris. Doing the fry, doing the fry. Bam, bam. Action.
Okay, we have 5 pounds of chicken mixed with whatever sauce I made. Let's taste it. Hopefully it's good. I seriously haven't tasted this at all. Let's hope it's good. It's fine. It's not super spicy.
We keep trying to make things spicy, and they're never as spicy as we want them to be. I think maybe our spice detection is broken. Who knows? The filler food, the savior of our lunches, the humble potato. My grandma used to make these, and she made them with like all kinds of things that we ate all the time, and you just fry them on the skillet and then they become this. And I never realized that these are essentially French fries. So she used to call them skillet potatoes, and I always thought that they were, you know, like a normal vegetable healthy side item. And here we are. It's kind of interesting the different like food weirdness you get from your family. Like you don't know what's healthy and what's not. This is mine. I thought these were good for me. I was lied to, but I'm gonna eat them. We are finally finished. We managed to make it to a place of edible lunch and edible breakfast, so I would call today a win. Chris did a whole bunch of extra helping. He did all the sauce, he did most of the cleaning. I don't know if anybody else has a husband like him, but if you have one like him, love them a little extra. We have Chris's breakfast. Then we have my breakfast, along with eggs for my salad. This is my bacon. I'm not sharing my bacon, it's mine. Well, unless Chris wants some. And then this is what we wound up with for first lunch, which is salmon, skillet potatoes or French fries, and then the vegetable medley that we put together with the bok choy. And then we got all of Chris's lunch, which is the same thing, but with chicken and these glass sweet potato noodles, which are organic, so cool. All of our second lunch, which will be for Mediterranean salad things, and I'm gonna have to make an addendum whenever I do the dressing so I can show how to make that.